for my quarter three outside reading, I had read Dave Cullen's Columbine, which was a very interesting book. It tells the story and kind of the mindset behind the attack on Columbine High School. The book starts off describing the environment in the high school before the shooting, and it starts like way before, and one of the coaches from the school describes the school as very welcoming. The environment was good there. There's high energy. It wasn't the attack was so unexpected because the environment at the high school was so great, and the one of the killers, Eric Harris, who is described throughout a lot. They're both described a lot throughout the book, but what caught my attention was that Eric had a very good social life. He was he had a lot of friends, talked to a lot of people. He didn't have the dark social life that you associate, or that people would associate with someone who would want to put an attack on a school like that. And he is described throughout the book with an all-American lifestyle. People thought his lifestyle and the way he was good with saying that he had a lot of friends, a lot of people liked him. And in his circle of friends, they had claimed that murderous talk was something normal. He and the other guy, Eric, and the other guy, Dylan, had talked talked murderously a lot and talked about killing and all this other stuff. And their friend said it was normal, which is crazy because, usually when people talk like that, we don't take that lightly. But other than we don't take that lightly, and we kind of associate that something's wrong or something's going on. And then the author, Cullen, describes leading up to the event and weeks before the event, and how nothing was changing, and how the whole environment really was what it was said to be, and how it was great. And then as it gets closer and closer to the attack, the environment almost seems like it's getting better, and then when the attack happens, everything kind of just falls. In the book, it had said that weeks before the attack, that the two students had been spending lots of money towards ammunition for the attack. And it was a little noticed, but yeah. This book was actually really interesting. The whole getting into the psyche of the two kids who had committed the attack, and just the whole surrounding thing, especially talking about the school before the attack and then after, and the difference, and it left a lot of people shook up, as it would for anybody. But the reason why people should read this book is because it honestly is one of the most well put together books that I've ever read. It has definitely taken my top 3 of the best books that I've ever read, and I think that a lot of people would enjoy it because nobody really knows what goes on inside those people's heads, and everybody's different, so you can't really say that one person can kind of be the general, you can't generalize a group of people who would do stuff like that and say that everyone who's like that would be like that. And that's kind of what this book proves, is that it's different, and just because someone doesn't seem like they would do something like that, or because because an environment doesn't seem like an environment that would have that kind of thing happen, it just shows that it can happen anywhere, and it can happen to anybody. And for that reason, I think the interesting stuff behind the whole why they did it, and the whole process leading up to it that gets described is really interesting, and that's why I think that people should read this book.